going, friends? Shane from Modern Warrior, and in today's video I want to talk to you about some tools that I recommend keeping in your bug out bag or inch bag. If you watched my recent video, you'd know I actually consider them inch bags. But and this is exactly a purpose where it would be an inch bag, not a bug out bag. So I want to talk to you about some tools that you can keep in there that'll benefit you and outside of the typical wilderness survival area that we can tend to think of, or at least I do when I think about bugging out, and that's the urban environment, right? So urban environment poses a lot of different challenges, and as such there are some different things that we can keep on us or keep in our bags that'll give us some aid. So I'm gonna cover a few of those real quick for you. I won't bog down on them too much, but so they're primarily tools meant to bypass locks, bypass doors, bypass whatever it is that you're trying to get to the other side of or in or access to. So with that said, most of these, if not all of these, there's one I can think of that doesn't, but most of these require some level of practice and skills with them. So keep that in mind if you do decide to add these to your kit. That's something you're going to need to probably practice on and fine-tune that craft. Before I get into what I have, I'm going to share with one thing that I don't have in here that I want to add and I will be adding soon, and that is a halogen bar. If you're not familiar with that, it's a fireman's tool, and they use it to twist, break, and get into a lot of stuff. It's a violent entry bypass tool, so it means that you're not going to leave it as you found it. But definitely a good thing, I think, to have in or strapped to your kit or in your car kit or whatever it might be. So the first thing, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on each of these items, as a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory, but one of the big things I have in here is I have a pretty extensive lockpicking set with some specialized lockpicking tools in there as well that I've worked with. We carry lockpicking sets on our website at modernwarriorproject.com, so check it out. We've got a variety of different ones that you can add to your stuff, and from there practice. You know, there's tons of courses out there available, but there's also a lot of videos on YouTube as well. One of my favorites to watch is the Lockpicking Lawyer. Dude's got a lot of great stuff and really good at his chosen craft. So another thing I will share with you is these are just bypass cards. So you actually, ideally, and we sell these on our website. Sorry about that, I'm outside and I've got a dog. One of the things, we sell these on our website as well, and we have a template that you can cut these out. So these are primarily meant to bypass, you know, simple door locks, so you can kind of get in there and just get past the handle, whether it's a forward opening or rear opening door. I don't have these cut because I keep a similar version cut form of this in my wallet. I keep those blank, and I can use them as I need to. Another thing I keep in here, these are, I call them lock poppers, and these are good for bypassing padlocks. So I've got them bundled up just for noise reduction in my bag. But let me take one off here so you can get a good view of it in case you can't see it on the video. So they're just a little shim, pretty simple. And you wedge this down into a padlock and turn it, and it'll pop the lock. And we've got 3 different sizes here. Those are also available on our website. In a pinch, and it's not as easy, I've done it, you can make those out of an aluminum can. It's a pretty simple design. You just have to cut it, you have to kind of fold it over on the handles. The challenge with aluminum can, and like I said, in a pinch you can do it, the challenge with an aluminum can is it's not as thick. You want it thin to be able to fit. Obviously it's a very small space you're trying to squeeze that into, but oftentimes aluminum cans just not as strong, so it's, I don't know if it's thickness or strength, but they tend to rip on you, but you can make them work with some practice. Some other stuff in here I don't need to go over. Okay, two last things, and the combination of a lot of things. I'll just got this bundled up as well, but I'll try and pull it apart. So one we sell on our website, and the rest we don't. I'll share with you both of them because I recommend you get them. The one we sell on our website is called a Silcock Key. So a Silcock Key is one of the few things in here that you don't necessarily need practice with. And that's this little thing here, and we also have an attachment that comes with it, which allows you a Phillips screwdriver and a flat tip if you flip it around. But a Silcock Key will allow you access to water. You've probably seen at some point a hose water faucet like a garden hose water faucet at a house where they don't have the spinning wheel on there, the Silcock Key will allow you to turn that on. More so than just your residential houses though, it's got a number of different fittings, and you'll run into those type of spigots in industrial areas, industrial warehouses and such. They'll have those kind of water spigots, and this will just access it, and it gives you immediate access to water in an urban environment, which is sometimes challenging depending on the actual location you're at. So highly recommend the Silcock Key, whether you get it from us or you get it elsewhere. This other thing here is just a collection of keys, and you can get these you can find them on Amazon and other places. But it's a collection of unique keys made to open up different things such as elevators. You can access elevators, filing cabinets, just different weird industrial type keys like that. So I have a collection of those as well that I keep in here. And the general concept, I'm pretty practiced on my picking lock sport skills, if you will. But in general, the concept is that there's not too many things I want to come across, or I'm going to come across, that I can't bypass if need be. Whether it's industrial equipment or water is a huge one for me, because water's a big one, and it's not always easy to find in an urban environment. I had a personal training experience that taught me or reinforced that, and so I definitely am big on the Silcock Key. If you can only go with one of all these things, definitely get you a Silcock Key. Have it in there. It takes very little space. I keep them in all of our vehicles, all of our go bags, if you will, have them, and all of my loadout kits have them. They're relatively cheap and inexpensive, and it's always good to have one. Depending on your keychain, it's even small enough to throw on a keychain. So there you have it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 various tools I would recommend that you throw into your inch bag, bug out bag, whatever you want to call it, for urban evasion purposes. Whether it's urban evasion or urban navigation purposes, they're good to have on you, especially if you're in some kind of a non-permissible environment and you have to kind of navigate in the shadows, if you will, and find your way around via those means. So that's it for this video. Pretty short, down and dirty, but something I hope that you find useful. And if you have some ideas, thoughts, or some tools that you carry along the same lines for the same general concept, please share them in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. Maybe there's something out there I don't know, or something I should reconsider and add to my bag.